The sea brings many things to our shores, Eadwig, the old scribe Leofric began, tracing a line on the vellum. Sometimes it brings fish and trading ships, and sometimes it brings the Northmen. We call the years of their arrival the Viking Age. These fierce newcomers sailed from lands we know as Norway and Denmark. They were not called Vikings because it was their people's name, rather, a Viking was a word for a pirate or a raider, someone who went a Viking. They came in fast, beautiful longships, and their first great terror was the raid on Lindisfarne Monastery in the year 793. Over the next century, the raids grew into an invasion. A huge force arrived, which we called the Great Heathen Army. Our kingdoms fell one by one until only Wessex, led by the brave King Alfred, remained. Alfred fought hard, sometimes winning, sometimes losing, but never giving up. Finally, Alfred defeated the invaders and made a peace treaty. The land was formally split. The area where the Northmen settled became known as the Danelaw, a place where their own law and customs, not ours, held sway. The Vikings were no longer just raiders, they became farmers and settlers. For many years, there was an uneasy peace. But as the Anglo-Saxon kings who followed Alfred grew weaker, a new, hungrier wave of raids began. The Danish king sent massive fleets demanding tribute, and the English people grew weary of the constant threat from the sea. The king at that time was Ethelred, a man poorly advised, whom history calls the unready. He made a fateful choice. Instead of fighting, he decided to pay the invaders to leave. This enormous tax was called the Danegeld, the Danish payment, and it only showed the Vikings that England was rich and afraid. Paying the gold did not stop the tide. In 1016, a powerful, brilliant Viking prince named Knut the Great landed. He defeated our armies, and after years of fighting, he conquered all of England, ending the rule of the old Anglo-Saxon kings. Yet, Knut surprised everyone. He did not rule as a mere Viking plunderer. He became a wise and unifying king, ruling not only England but also Denmark and Norway as one great North Sea empire. He respected the Anglo-Saxon church and its laws, blending the two cultures together. After Knut and his Danish sons had passed, the rule returned to the English line. The new king was Edward, the son of Ethelred, who would later be known as the Confessor because of his great piety. He brought a sense of calm and peace back to the land, but the question of who should rule after him remained. So, Eadwig, Leofric concluded, rolling up the vellum, the Northmen were not just invaders, they were settlers, traders, and eventually, our kings. Their history is woven into the fabric of our own, making us stronger. And it all leads to the great question that now sits before us: who will wear the crown? Thank you for watching. All the information you heard is true history. If you found it useful, please like the video and subscribe for more.